Today, what I thought I'd like to start is a 12-day run of podcast episodes leading up to Christmas. And each day, I wanted to have its own theme, maybe a spiritual lesson or intuitive exploration. A kind of 12 days of Christmas, but metaphysical. And that's what I want to do here. So let's build the energy day by day. So here we go. Picture this. It's mid-December. The world is rushing about, grabbing last-minute gifts and scraping the ice off the windscreens. Some are complaining about mince pies being too sweet. And there you are, pressing play, choosing in the middle of all the noise to step into something quieter, deeper, older than Christmas itself. So welcome to day 1 of the 12 days of Christmas. And today I thought we'd begin with the awakening. Now when I say awakening, I'm not talking about suddenly floating 3 feet above the sofa or seeing angels perched on your Christmas tree like decorative baubles. I'm actually thinking something far more simpler, because awakening is far more simpler and far more profound. It's when something inside of you goes, "Oh, there you are, I've been waiting for you." It's the moment your inner knowing nudges you, and your intuition clears its throat, and your spirit says, "Finally, we're doing this." And because this is me, Margaret, you know what I'm like now. You know that I'm going to weave both the spiritual and the psychological together, which I am, because awakening isn't mystical instead of practical. It's mystical as well as practical. Awakening is when the soul and the mind start walking in the same direction again. So let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that December feels different? I think it does. And it's not just the fairy lights or the darker nights. There's a kind of emotional electricity in the air, a pressure, a nostalgia, a little ache around the edges of the heart. And it's a month that wakes us up whether we like it or not. We remember people. Remember things we thought we'd sorted during the year. We sense more, don't we? We dream more vividly. We get those random moments of déjà vu that feel suspiciously like the universe is tapping us on the shoulder. And why is that? Maybe it's because the veil thins, because the psyche softens, or maybe it's because the body finally stops long enough to hear what the soul has been saying all year. That's awakening. And that is what day 1 is all about. Not becoming something new, but returning to what you've always been, beneath the noise. So let's get curious for a moment. And we've done this before, but imagine it again. Imagine for a moment that you're sitting in a theatre and the curtain is down and the lights are low, and you can sense that something is happening on the other side. But you can't see it yet. You hear a footstep, maybe a breath, a shift of movement, and you're waiting for the reveal. Now that curtain, that's your conscious mind. And behind it, that's your intuition, your guides, your memories, your psychic faculties, your higher self, and your ancestors all waiting in the wings, talking to you and telling you what to do next. So let's pull that curtain up a little. I want you to notice without judgment. Notice your intuition has been speaking to you long before this podcast. It speaks through sensations in your chest, or that flicker in your gut, or when a no feels like your whole body is leaning backwards, and a yes that feels like leaning forwards, or patterns that repeat until you finally pay attention. Or it could be a dream that lingers longer than they should, or a conversation that arrives at the perfect time. Awakening is simply recognizing what has always been there. So let's breathe into your body. Let's do something gently together. Close your eyes only if you can. If you're driving, don't you dare. Breathe in slowly through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. Do it again, but this time feel your ribcage expand. Give your lungs space. Give your intuition space. Your breath is a tether between the realms. When you breathe fully, you become more available to the unseen. So let's imagine that we're allowing December to speak to us. This month carries memory. It carries endings and beginnings, grief and joy, the child you once were and the adult you became. Then we awaken and we become porous. Things rise, things shift, and things start to talk to us inside our head. Now, if something surfaces for you over the next 12 days while we're doing this, could be an emotion or insight or a restlessness, excitement, old memories, don't push it down. You're awakening. This is what it feels like. So let's talk energy, because I know you love this part. Your aura starts expanding in December. It reacts to the lights, it reacts to the collective emotional charge, the ancestral energies that gather, the symbolic endings of the year closing. Many people feel more intuitive, more sensitive, more spiritually switched on without realizing why. Awakening isn't something that happens to the spiritually gifted, it happens to the spiritually willing. And look at you, you're here now. You pressed play, and you said yes to a path these next 12 days that is going to take you through intuition, mediumship, the psyche, the soul, ancestral wisdom, energy work, and finally a Christmas invocation that amplifies everything inside you. So here's a little story. Years ago, I sat with a client who said to me, "Margaret, I don't think I'm awakening. I think I'm just losing the plot." Well, I laughed, not because she was wrong, but because she was so wonderfully right. Awakening often looks messy before it looks magical. You feel more, you question more, you see patterns, you lose tolerance for nonsense, you become allergic to your own avoidance. Awakening is not really gentle. Awakening is honest, and honesty is the most spiritual force on earth. So, today, on day 1, here's your invitation. Slow down a little. Notice something about yourself that you've ignored all year. Feel into your body and welcome the chatter of your intuition instead of brushing it away. This is your awakening. It's not fireworks. It's not angels descending, but the quiet moment that your inner wisdom turns to you and says, "Right, shall we begin?" Before we close, let's set the tone for the next 12 days. I want you to put your hand on your heart or your solar plexus. Repeat after me softly. I awaken to what is true within me. I awaken to guidance that has always been mine. And I awaken to the next version of myself. Now breathe deeply and feel the shift. And feel the settling. And as we end day 1, know this: you're not awakening alone. You're awakening in a season where the veil thins, the ancestors draw closer, the intuition sharpens, and your soul becomes louder. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Now tomorrow, day 2, we're going to explore the power of presence and how being present is not passive, but one of the most magical practices of all. I'll see you there. Thank you so much for joining me today. This podcast is free to listen to, and if you'd like to help me keep creating it, you can support the show through my Buy Me a Coffee link in the show notes. Every bit of support means the world. And if you'd like to go deeper into your own journey, come and visit me at margaretdepetro.com. You'll find ways to book tarot readings with me, courses, Reiki and healing appointments, meditations, and lots more waiting for you there. Until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and keep walking your own beautiful path.